Hello and welcome to my channel. And happy Cancer season. I was thinking I wanted to do something a little different. Because here's the thing. I nerd out on so many things that it's really hard for me to pick a lane and decide what I want to talk about because I am just kind of all over the place. And that's one of my favorite things about me, and it's also one of the most complicated things about me because I struggle to stay focused. But I thought, seeing as it is Cancer season and Cancer is all about your emotional body, it would be fun to talk about the moon because I personally love talking about the moon. If you watch my stories, I'm always talking about what sign the moon is in because I feel like it helps you regulate your emotions, regulate your nervous system. So, if that's your jam, let's chat. So, if you do not know your moon sign, just go to your little Google, type in free natal chart, and you don't need to have your birth time, you just need to know your birth date and what city you were born in. And then it will tell you your sun sign, your moon sign, your Mars, your Venus. It'll tell you a lot of fun stuff. It will not tell you your rising or your houses, but that's okay. You know, you're just dipping your toe in the water. So pull that chart up and then look and see what your moon is in. So let's start. I'm going to go in chronological order because I hate it when people jump all over the place. Like, no, we're going in order, okay? So the first moon sign I want to talk about is Aries. Aries is that fire moon. Aries is also my moon sign. And one way that you can work with that moon sign, because here's the thing, Aries have big feelings. They might not tell you, but Aries is that baby of the zodiac. So you feel everything, and when I was younger I did not know how to express all of those feelings, so they would bottle up, they would come out. You know, when I'm angry I cry, when I'm sad I cry. Like, it was just very it was a little rocky, I'm not gonna lie. But now that I'm older and I have realized that it's okay to have big feelings, you just need an outlet for them. So a lot of times for me, my outlet is talking about it, moving my body, screaming into a pillow sometimes if I'm feeling so fed up. But the thing about Aries is, you know, you could be really angry one moment and then it's gone. Like, that is the nice thing about Aries energy. And then the next would be Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus energy is very grounding, you know. And the thing about moon signs is I think a lot of times people think that their sun sign, you know, is who they are. But your moon sign is going to be that truest version of you. It is that part of you that connects you to you. So you might be a Taurus, but you might have an Aquarius moon, you know, and so you might feel more disconnected if you have an Aquarius moon. But Taurus energy, you like the finer things in life, okay? That's fine. You feel more comfortable when you're surrounded by nice material items. Like, it is what it is. And one way that you can, you know, really feel into your body is getting out in nature, you know, getting your feet on the grass, grounding, just really connecting to the earth. That will really help you. And then Gemini moon signs, you know, they've got a lot of energy. They've got a lot going on at all times. They are those people that will, you know, want to play devil's advocate because there's always all these sides that they see. And I said this in my story the other day, you know, there's two sides to every story and then there's the truth. but Geminis, they like to get in there into all the details, and it can cause a bit of anxiety. So for Geminis, talking it out. You have to. Do not get caught up in your head. You got to get it out, even if it's on paper, even, you know, if it's journaling, if it's having a blog, however you can get those thoughts onto paper will really help you with that excess of energy going on at all times. And then Cancer. Cancer is that nurturing, grounding, or like nurturing energy. It is a water sign. It is the feeler sign. So Cancer, you have really big feelings, and it's beautiful. And if you suppress them, like a crab would do, it's going to wreak havoc. So you have to be able to get those out. And a lot of times maybe that's just crying. And that's okay. Crying is beautiful. You know, take a bubble bath, get in the bath and just let yourself cry. And I promise you, when you get out, you'll feel better. Put some Epsom salts in there and just, you know, let it happen. Leo moon signs. That's another fire sign. And you know, Leo moons are what I think Leo suns think that they are. Because Leo moons, like, they love to shine their light, okay? They have big hearts. And they want to be seen. They do. My dog is a Leo moon, and the moment that I stop paying attention to her, she is like, what are you doing? Where is my attention? For example, she is pouting right now in the corner because she knew that I got my phone out, and she was like, oh, great, here we go. And the opposite of Leo is Aquarius. And so if you find yourself wanting to hide, you find yourself wanting to disconnect, you might not be connecting with that Leo energy. You might be connecting more with that Aquarian energy that wants to disconnect. So something to be mindful of. And then Virgo. Virgo is that earth energy. And here's the thing. Again, Virgo moons are that Virgo sun, like what Virgo suns think they are. Virgo moons, they need structure, okay? They need stability. One of my best friends is a Virgo moon, and she's a planner. She plans everything. She wants to know what's going on, and that is because that is what makes them feel safe and in control. And it really helps. So Virgo, it's okay. Have your schedule, have your planner, have all the things that make you feel, you know, but don't forget to create time and space for just letting life happen, because, you know, there's beauty in that too. Libra moons, they're the peacemaker. They are the ones that see two sides to every story, and then they find that place where the compromise lives. You know, they are the balancing of the scales. They prefer peace over chaos. And so Libra, it's okay to just want a peaceful life. I think that's beautiful. But you know, sometimes you need a little something. I didn't realize this was gonna go so long, so I have to stop it here, and then I will come back because I did not realize I was gonna be such a chatty Cathy, but I don't know why I didn't realize that, because I always am. Okay, hold place. Okay, where was I? Libra moons. I did want to say that sometimes Libra is so afraid of conflict that they like start a war inside of themselves by not saying what they need to say. And Libra is an air sign, so make sure that you are expressing yourself. I know that it can be scary to have those conversations, but it's not healthy to hold everything in to keep the peace. Okay. And then Scorpio. Scorpio energy, you want to go deep. Okay, Scorpio is a water sign. They like to dive beneath the surface. They don't live up here. They're down here. They want to get into it. Okay, so surface level does not work for Scorpio moons. And you can also, the shadow side of Scorpio is being too consumed by something, obsessing about something. So make sure that you are not creating problems where there don't need to be problems. And then Sag moons, they are what Sagittarius signs think that they are. Sagittarius need freedom, okay? They need freedom, they need joy, they need to be able to do their thing, They are the archers. They like to keep it moving. And that's not to say that they can't meet somebody, but they gotta have somebody who can keep up with them, because they are movable people, okay? They want to keep it moving. But Sag, you also do have to not settle down, but just, roots are not a horrible thing, maybe just try and find a little more of that balance. And then Capricorn moons. Moons are what Capricorn suns, which I think that they are. And I've never, I do resonate a lot more with my Capricorn sun sign now that I'm older, but when I was younger, I did not. But Capricorns, they need material security to feel safe. They need to have all their ducks in a row to feel safe. They need that. And it's not a bad thing. It is what it is. They need to have that material success to feel safe. And then Aquarius is an air sign, and Aquariuses get a bad rap because they can be very detached. They are always thinking and innovating, and sometimes, they get a little too far up here and they have to come back down here. And the opposite of Aquarius is Leo, so staying connected to your heart, can really help you not completely disconnect from reality, because we still need each other. And then Pisces. So Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is dreamy. It's connected to, just the imagination. And Pisces, you have to allow yourself to dream, because it's beautiful and we need that. And you also have to stay connected to reality. So it's staying connected to Virgo, which is that earth sign, which, maybe sometimes you get so lost in your dream world, you kind of forget about reality for a bit, which, I'm not judging, but maybe bring in some of that Virgo energy to help, stay on task. All right. Well, I think people think of astrology and they think oh, it's just sun signs and this, and it's no, it's so much deeper. And you know, it's been around forever. And I love using astrology to get to know myself and others deeper. And I'm a firm believer that if we all just took time to understand ourselves and understand others, you know, maybe we could create a better world. So that is that. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. If you did pull up your moon sign and you thought, oh wow, this definitely resonates, because I'd love to know. All right, that is that. I'm sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful Cancer season, and a beautiful now.